Hi, everybody. This is the Gospel of John study. My name is Bill. I'm from Berlin Center United Methodist. And this is week 11 of our study, and we're on day 3, where this week we're reading John chapter 20, and today we're picking up with verse 19. So let's get started. That Sunday evening, the disciples were meeting behind locked doors because they were afraid of the Jewish leaders. Suddenly, Jesus was standing there among them. "Peace be with you," he said. As he spoke, he showed them the wounds in his hands and his side. They were filled with joy when they saw the Lord. Again he said, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, so I am sending you." Then he breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive anyone's sins, they are forgiven. If you do not forgive them, they are not forgiven." All right, I'm going to read now from the book by Ben Witherington III, beginning on page 159. Understanding the Word. The first thing to notice about this story is that the main disciples are still huddled behind locked doors, afraid of the Jewish officials. Apparently, the testimony of Mary was not received. And indeed, if you look at the Lucan account in Luke chapter 20, verse 11, we are told, "But they did not believe the woman, because their words seemed to them like nonsense." In other words, male chauvinism and prejudice has prevented the men from believing the good news. Only an appearance of Jesus himself could transform them from fearful to faith-filled. Apparently, Jesus simply suddenly appears in their midst and says, "Shalom, y'all." And we are told that he then showed them his hands and his side, presumably so they would actually believe that it was the same Jesus and not a ghost or a demon. And now the reaction is euphoria. The disciples were overjoyed when they saw the risen Lord. At this juncture, Jesus breathes on them and says, "Receive the Holy Spirit." And that adds that whoever sins they forgive will be forgiven, and whoever sins they retain will not be forgiven. As we know, Peter was given a similar sort of authority elsewhere. See Matthew chapter 16, verse 19. The crucial point to make about this bequest is that if we have properly read what the farewell discourses say, then the disciples did not actually receive the Holy Spirit on this occasion. Jesus had told them before he had to return to the Father in order to send the Spirit to them. And he had not yet done so. So he's still on terra firma. We must see this act as Jesus as a prophetic sign promising that they will receive the Spirit. And with him, empowerment, including empowerment to forgive sins, as Jesus has previously done. All right, and now the reflection for today. So, what would have been your reaction to the report of Mary Magdalene that she had seen Jesus alive and well? Why do you think Jesus showed his disciples where he had been nailed and pierced? What do you think Jesus meant when he told the disciples that if they didn't forgive someone's sins, they weren't forgiven? All right, tune in tomorrow as we will pick up starting at verse 24. Have a great rest of your day.